Hey, it's your old pal Fernbark. It is currently January the 2nd. I'm up here at Morningwood. I'm trying to fix my light so you guys can see me, although I don't know if that's a real benefit to you or not. Anyhow, it is, oh, wow, it just started snowing. But yeah, it's been snowing all week up here. I got about probably 8 inches of snow up here at Morningwood. Here's my camper. I like the little snow pile on top of the lamp there. But yeah, I got to get that snow off of there because it's actually bowing the inside center of the roof. It's curved down in the middle. My Milwaukee tool lamp in there is actually supporting part of the roof right now. That's just where it was. I can't move it now. This roof is squishing it down. It was actually sunny and beautiful up here yesterday. But I got a late start because I had to work yesterday morning. So I didn't get up till probably like 2:30 or 3. And then I had a lot of stuff to take care of because of the snow. Here's my gazebo. One of the things that's kind of harsh on my Serenity is the constant drip coming off of the top of this due to the heat generated by my solo stove and my patio heater over there. Probably not a bad thing though, because look at all that snow up there. That's probably about 8 inches at the thickest part, so won't suck to get that all taken off of there. So the water up here is frozen solid, so I have got to melt some snow in this pot right here over the old solo stove. I stopped at the grocery store to pick up some jugs of water, but they were all sold out, so melting snow it is. Yeah, this curtain of rain, it was actually worse yesterday. I've since scraping some of that snow off the top. It's not coming down quite as fast, but it was just like walking through a waterfall yesterday. And then my poor little buddies, the hummingbirds over here, they were happy to see me, but their food was frozen solid. I didn't get it thawed out before they went to bed, so at least I'll have a breakfast this morning. Well, unfortunately, there's no drama. I got the truck unstuck on the first try this morning. So there we are. Good news for me. However, the bad news is it started raining already at 8:21 in the morning, about 2 hours ahead of schedule. My little buddies already found their food at the feeder. None there right now. I'm sure I'll get them in a minute. So it's actually, I just looked, it's 34 degrees outside. It actually feels closer to 50. I've had my jacket open all morning, and inside here between the solo stove and that patio heater, it's quite balmy. The bad news is the rain is I'm gonna have to change my garb. I have a raincoat somewhere, I just gotta find it, but I cannot be walking around in this thing in the rain all day. So before the rain completely gets rid of all of my snow, I thought I better dig into this Meal Cold Weather, menu number 3, chili with macaroni, chili macaroni with beef, to be more precise. This was sent to me by Steve from Traversing Food. Thank you, Steve. This is one of my favorites. I've had this before. Yeah, pretty much that's it. So let's rip into this baby. Let's go ahead and blaze through this. Of course, we have our chili macaroni with beef, crackers, toasted corn nuggets. We've got the Irish cream cappuccino instant with powder. This actually is much better than it sounds like. I was not in favor of this the first time I looked at it, but it's quite delicious. We've got some cinnamon gum, not delicious. Sugar, Tabasco matches. We got some Bill's Brew. I'll be tossing in there with that. M&M's, cheese spread, creamer, TP, and a moist towelette. Let's get some water going for my chili mac. So while I wait for the snow to achieve a more aqueous state, let's take a look at these toasted corn nuggets. These are pretty, oh God, that is really difficult to open. Look where the tear notch is. It's like right in the center. That's not... But I've got this baby torn open a little bit. We'll take a look. I'll put some in the old hand here. These things are incredibly crunchy and incredibly salty. Pretty fun. I could use a bit less salt for me, but yeah, they're decent. It's looking like the snow has successfully completed its transformation into a more aqueous state. Let's pour it in the bag. Let's go ahead and cut through the old top here. Oh, shoot. I did not want that to happen at all. Well, here's what our main looks like. Now that I've sliced the bag poorly, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and pour it in the cup instead of pouring the cup of water into here. Well, it's had time to fully cook and rehydrate, and I already did a taste test on it. Honestly, it doesn't look like much, and I don't know why, but I absolutely love this stuff. It doesn't have like a real great chili taste. It's just something I really like. But anyhow, it could use definitely more meat into it. But you know, what doesn't in a MRE and or anything from Mountain House. But this isn't too bad. I'm going to go ahead and spiff her up a bit. While I was snacking on these toasted corn nuggets, I thought they weren't really that far away from being a Frito. So I'm going to go ahead and try to make a Frito pie with the contents of this kit using these corn nuggets. There's my fake Fritos. I've had this cheese in my pocket for a while, so I'm going to put my cheese on top. To be honest, if somebody was trying to sell me this, I'd probably tell them honk off. Hope it tastes way better than it looks. Well, at this point, I somehow lost the microphone function, so I'm doing the old voiceover. But I'm giving this a try of my Frito pie. And it's you can't tell, but it's actually really good. I would definitely 100% do this again. The corn nuggets don't taste exactly like Fritos in there, but they are close enough, and the cheese adds a lot of extra flavor, so this was a total win, and I recommend you do it. I will be doing it again. I'm going to try the M&Ms, which of course are going to be good. I'm going to try to be tricky and flip this baby in my mouth, and I will of course not be very successful at that endeavor, as you will shortly see. But lucky for me, I caught it in my ample man boob, so no product was lost on the ground. We are all grateful for that. Hey, it's your old pal Fernbark. It's kind of a gloomy day, and it's a really gloomy situation. For example, this tree should be upright. So last week when I was up here filming that Meal Cold Weather Chili Mac review, my plan was to get up and head back early in the morning, beat traffic, and it was supposed to rain and not snow, and it actually didn't really snow. It actually was kind of it just came down as slush. So about 11 o'clock at night, I started hearing trees cracking and falling over. I was like, oh, that ain't good. So I got up a little bit after that, put my chainsaw on the truck and started heading down the hill. And I had to clear 4 trees before I even made it to the highway. This guy right here actually fell after I left, as did, I'm going to guess, most of the stuff that you're about to see. Yeah, these guys right up here, those are all damaged from the storm. Them skinny ones just can't take it. Both of these madronas are pretty much bent over. That one might be a goner as well. I don't know if I'll be able to get that bent or pushed back up without snapping it. You can see my camper's at a bit of an angle that it doesn't belong at. Good news is my plastic shed with all my really expensive stuff is still standing upright. And so is my gazebo, which is a pretty nice thing. So here's where things get pretty nasty. What I'm going to guess happened was, you see these trees right here? That's sitting on top of my crushed Zeppelin hanger. there was probably a pretty significant amount of water weight on there, and then when that tree smacked it, that was just enough to get the old dominoes going in the wrong direction. So this light right here got itself pretty much knocked down, as you can plainly see. That isn't as bad as I thought it might be. It's going to be a bear to get that back upright though, and I'm not going to be able to do it today because of all the water that's inside of here. So I'm going to have to come back with a pump and pump that out to get the weight down enough where I can lift this back up again. So the camper's actually resting on my light pole, which appears to not actually be damaged. Here's another shot of the Zeppelin hanger just crushed. Funny enough though, this guy right here, it has lasted every storm and keeps on ticking. It has no right to be standing, and yet it is. God bless you. This tree right here came close to smacking it, but it did not. And yeah, another alternate view of the carnage. So I'm not looking forward to that cleanup whatsoever. And yeah, here's a look on the inside. It actually looks a lot worse than it is. I crawled in there. It's not too bad. And the only thing that's broken is one piece of shelf. Well, I decided I didn't want to wait a week for a pump, so I just pulled out my lucky stabbing knife. I made a few strategic holes in the old tarp there. She's pretty much about drained out. Got a little bit left in one spot, but not too bad. So I think I basically figured out what happened here. Get my head out of the way. So you see, right here is where the canopy or the shelter tipped over and it hit my camper. And then it knocked my camper about 2 or 3 feet to the right. So those steps right there should be centered underneath that door, but it's not. And those legs should be on the concrete pad. I'll try to zoom in there, right there, instead of being dangling in the air. So basically it pushed the camper and ripped that leg out. And there's a leg in the front that you can't see that I'm pretty sure is ripped out. And the front leg on the other side is bent as well. So getting this back upright may be a task.